The match began with intensity from both sides. Argentinos juniors and San Lorenzo looked eager to control the game. The early minutes saw a battle for midfield dominance. Passes were exchanged and tackles were made. San Lorenzo, playing away from home, showed no signs of intimidation. They pressed forward with purpose whenever they gained possession of the ball. Their attacking players were mobile, looking for spaces in the Argentinos' defense. The home team, Argentinos, tried to build from the back. They aimed to use the width of the pitch. However, San Lorenzo's defensive organization was solid. They closed down spaces quickly, making it difficult for Argentinos to create clear chances in the opening stages of the contest. The breakthrough for San Lorenzo came in the first half. It was a moment of quality that shifted the momentum. Angel Romero, the Paraguayan forward, found himself in a good position. The build-up to the goal was patient, yet incisive. San Lorenzo moved the ball well, probing the Argentinos' backline. Romero, known for his clinical finishing, received a well-timed pass just inside the penalty area. He took a touch to set himself. His movement off the ball had been clever, allowing him to evade his marker. The Argentinos' defenders were caught slightly off guard. This small lapse in concentration proved costly for the home side. With the ball at his feet, Romero showed great composure. He looked up and spotted the goalkeeper's positioning. Without hesitation, he unleashed a powerful and accurate shot. The ball flew past the outstretched hands of the Argentinos' goalkeeper. It nestled into the back of the net, silencing the home supporters. The San Lorenzo players erupted in celebration. Romero was quickly mobbed by his teammates. This goal was a testament to his striking prowess. It gave San Lorenzo a crucial lead in an important match. The goal came at a significant point in the first half, putting pressure on Argentinos juniors to respond. The impact of Romero's goal was immediate. San Lorenzo gained confidence. They started to play with more swagger. Their passing became crisper and their movement more fluid. Argentinos juniors, on the other hand, looked a bit rattled. They needed to regroup and find a way back into the game. The home crowd tried to lift their spirits, but San Lorenzo's defense held firm. The visiting team managed the game well until the halftime whistle. They went into the break with a deserved 1-0 lead. Romero's goal was the clear difference between the two sides in the first 45 minutes of play. The second half began with Argentinos juniors showing renewed determination. They knew they needed to find an equalizer. The home team came out with more attacking intent. They increased the tempo of their play. Their midfielders started to push further forward. They were looking to support their attackers more directly. San Lorenzo, content with their lead, perhaps sat back a little too much. They focused on defending their advantage. This allowed Argentinos to gain more possession in the attacking third. The pressure started to build on the San Lorenzo defense. The home fans sensed a change in momentum. They became more vocal, urging their team on. The persistence of Argentinos juniors eventually paid off. Gabriel Hausche, the experienced forward, stepped up for his team. The equalizing goal was a result of sustained pressure. Argentinos had been creating more chances in the second period. Hausche, known for his opportunistic finishing, found himself in the right place at the right time. A well-delivered cross came into the San Lorenzo box. There was a scramble amongst the defenders. Hausche anticipated the flight of the ball perfectly. He managed to get ahead of his marker. His experience showed in this crucial moment. He remained calm under pressure. Hausche made clean contact with the ball. He directed his header or shot powerfully towards the goal. The San Lorenzo goalkeeper had little chance to make a save. The ball hit the back of the net, and the stadium erupted. The Argentinos juniors players celebrated wildly with their fans. It was a crucial goal that brought them back on level terms. Hausche's strike was a reward for his team's improved performance in the second half. The goal changed the complexion of the game completely. It set up a thrilling final period of the match. Both teams now had everything to play for once again. With the score tied at 1-1, the game became more open. Both Argentinos juniors and San Lorenzo pushed for a winning goal. The intensity levels remained high. Hausche's equalizer had clearly lifted the spirits of the home team. They continued to attack with vigor. San Lorenzo, having conceded, tried to respond immediately. They also created some dangerous moments. The match flowed from end to end. It became a more unpredictable contest. The introduction of fresh legs from the bench by both managers also added a new dimension to the play in the latter stages of the encounter. When we analyze the key statistics, the balance of the game becomes clearer. Ball possession was very evenly split. Argentinos juniors had slightly more of the ball with around 52%. San Lorenzo held possession for the remaining 48%. This small difference indicates that neither team truly dominated the game for extended periods. Both sides had their moments where they controlled the tempo. Argentinos, playing at home and chasing the game in the second half, naturally saw a bit more of the ball. San Lorenzo were effective in their periods of possession, especially in the first half leading up to their goal. This statistical closeness reflects the on-field battle. Looking at shots on target, the numbers were also quite similar. Argentinos juniors managed 5 shots that tested the San Lorenzo goalkeeper. San Lorenzo, in turn, registered 4 shots on target. This highlights that both teams were able to create scoring opportunities. It wasn't a game where one goalkeeper was significantly busier than the other. The efficiency of the finishing was also comparable, with both teams converting one of their chances. The total number of shots taken by each team might have been higher. However, shots on target provide a better indication of the attacking threat posed by each side during the 90 minutes. Fouls committed is another interesting statistic to consider. Argentinos juniors committed 14 fouls during the match. San Lorenzo were penalized for 16 fouls. These figures are relatively close. They suggest a competitive and physical game, but not an overly dirty one. Both teams were committed in their challenges. They fought hard for every ball. The referee had to manage the game carefully. The number of fouls can sometimes indicate the pressure a team is under. It can also show a team's intent to disrupt the opponent's rhythm. In this case, it points to a hard-fought contest between 2 evenly matched opponents. Other statistics, like corners won or offsides, would likely also show a similar pattern of balance. For example, Argentinos might have had slightly more corners due to their second-half pressure. San Lorenzo might have caught Argentinos offside a few times with a well-organized defensive line. Overall, the numbers do not point to a dominant performance by either team. Instead, they paint a picture of a game where both sides contributed significantly. They both had periods of ascendancy. The statistics support the idea that the final scoreline was a fair reflection of the play that unfolded on the pitch. Ultimately, the 1-1 draw seems like a just result for both Argentinos juniors and San Lorenzo. The game was a tale of 2 halves. San Lorenzo took control in the first period. They played with confidence and deservedly went ahead through Angel Romero's well-taken goal. Their organization and attacking threat were evident. They managed the first half effectively. They looked like they could potentially go on and secure all 3 points. However, football matches are 90 minutes long. Things can change quickly. San Lorenzo showed their quality in taking the lead away from home, which is never an easy task in this league. Argentinos juniors deserves credit for their response in the second half. They did not let their heads drop after conceding. Instead, they came out after the break with increased energy and determination. They put San Lorenzo under considerable pressure. Gabriel Hosch's equalizer was a reward for their efforts. It showed their fighting spirit. The home team demonstrated that they could also create chances and trouble the San Lorenzo defense. Their ability to come back from a deficit highlights their resilience. They fought hard to get back on level terms, and their performance in the second 45 minutes merited at least a point from the encounter. Throughout the match, there was a clear balance between the two teams. Neither side was able to sustain dominance for the entire game. San Lorenzo had the better of the first half. Argentinos juniors arguably had the edge in the second. Both teams had periods where they looked dangerous. Both defenses were tested. Both goalkeepers made important contributions. The midfield battle was intense. It was a competitive fixture, as expected between these two clubs. The ebb and flow of the game meant that a draw was always a likely outcome if neither team could find a decisive second goal during their periods of ascendancy. Considering the efforts of both teams, the chances created, and the overall flow of the game, a draw is a fair reflection. Both Argentinos juniors and San Lorenzo will take positives from the match. San Lorenzo secured an important away point. Argentinos juniors showed character to fight back. Neither team will be entirely satisfied, as a win is always the main goal. However, on this occasion, sharing the points seems like the most appropriate outcome. The match provided excitement and good football. It showcased the competitive nature of the league. Both teams contributed to an engaging contest for the spectators.
If you enjoyed the analysis, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more match breakdowns, and don't forget to comment below. Who was your man of the match? See you in the next one, football fans. Until then, stay passionate, stay tactical.